Hello everyone. Yes, cybersecurity is a very broad field. In my previous video, I talked about making a choice in cybersecurity if you would like to be on the offensive or you would like to be on the defensive. But in this particular video, I'm looking at different areas of cybersecurity you can specialize in. And we have 10 whole areas you can specialize in cybersecurity. Let's look at them. The first is network security. You know how you buy a computer system and you assume that computer system to be safe. Now, the moment that computer system connects to another computer system, either using Bluetooth, using Wi-Fi, you can use different kind of things. Yeah, you go Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, cables, whatever. Now, these are done with routers and a lot more devices. Now, when you do any of this connection, you would have to deal with the security challenges in this. So it means that connection between these two devices has some security challenges to deal with. Who takes care of this? These are the cybersecurity professionals called the network security professionals. They deal with firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention, virtual private networks, and network access controls. Everything about the network that ensures that data is credible from one source to the other are the network security professionals. Now let's look at the next part of security, information security. Remember, we have data. Data is moving around all digital devices from one source or the other, but that data can be in physical form on a paper, can be in audio form, which is a digital form, can be in form of a mail, it can be in any form. Everything that ensures data integrity and confidentiality in its transmission from one user to the other is dealt with by information security. That's why information security is also seen as cybersecurity. They can go interchangeably. So data encryption, access controls, data loss prevention, data classification, all these are key components of information security. So every user in any company needs to make sure that data is securely transmitted in that company to everybody that is responsible to have access to that data. And these are the people that deal with it. They set up the policies, they set up everything that has to do with information between a user and its recipient of that data. Now we move on to the next, application security. Definitely your mobile phones use apps, web apps, desktop apps. Any kind of app that is built to carry out a specific function needs to be secure. The data that goes into it, the way the process is done, the data that comes out of it, make sure there's no data leak, data breaches, wrong password authentication, and all that is dealt with application security. So these secure coding practices, vulnerability scanning, penetration testing to make sure that there's no loopholes and vulnerabilities to that application is dealt with by application security professionals. So there are people that look into how secure apps are. And so you might want to specialize in application security as it were. So this is one of the fields you should look at. Next, we have cloud security. Before now, we would always have to set up everything on the servers on-premise within our companies or within our laptops, install everything. But now we have things in the cloud. And so cloud providers have a need for security just as you have a need for security. Look at it this way. So you have a particular app on the cloud, and this app is launched between several servers in the cloud, which means there are also virtual private networks in the cloud working with this your server to provide your browser an access to this app. So from the browser's point till you get to the point of connecting to the cloud, and between these cloud servers you still have to maintain data integrity. And between these servers and the entire cloud where you have other servers, you need to make sure that your IAM, your access control, and everything about that cloud infrastructure that you have built is secured. And that is what cloud security professionals do across AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, and you name it. That's what they do. To the next now. Endpoint security. Endpoint security is that thing you've been wondering about, how people are able to protect devices within an organization. So you can have 600 computer systems across several countries working for one company, and the company is able to secure all these devices. That's what endpoint security looks like. So you have a central server, a central software, key policies that you have set up from the head office for say, and then every computer on that network are divided into domains. They have their own domain policies. Every computer that is connected to this particular institution has policies binding them, and endpoint security makes sure that all these computers are safe. So there are people responsible for endpoint security, and that could be an area of cybersecurity you're looking at. And this involves deploying antivirus, anti-malware softwares, endpoint detection and protection systems, and also security policies for mobile devices. That's why a mobile device can connect to your central computer server and also carry out things, but it is secure using endpoint security. All right. Then we move over to the next, mobile security. So this is a part of endpoint security, actually, making sure that the mobile device connected to the network or connected to what we are doing is actually safe. And these are scenarios where a company has an infrastructure to protect, but it allows people to use their own phones or their own mobile devices to connect to their server. So this handles the security implication of doing something like that. And cybersecurity professionals specialize also in mobile security. This could also be delved into mobile security when it concerns mobile apps as well. Now, finally, we have come to the part we're super excited about: ethical hacking and penetration testing. Now, bear in mind, ethical hacking is different from penetration testing. Ethical hacking is you being able to hack legally. That's what ethical hacking means. But pen testing is directly explaining the fact that you are trying to penetrate systems by testing different vulnerabilities and looking for loopholes. So we have ethical hackers that hack legally to protect systems by doing pen testing, which means they spend their time trying to penetrate systems, hack their servers, hack their networks, hack their apps, hack their endpoints, mobile devices, and so on, just to discover vulnerabilities in those networks or those systems. So the key components here would be vulnerability assessment, the penetration testing itself, and security auditing of companies to see that the security posture of that company is up to date. Nextly, we look at governance, risk, and compliance. This is a part I don't really like, but there are professionals in this part, and they make sure that the risk is managed across several fields. Now, it's called GRC, and it's a non-technical role. You don't have to spring up Linux. You don't have to look at certain kind of auditing commands or run any form of Kali and so on. You're mostly around looking at risk assessment, security audits when it comes to the planning of security policies and so on, compliance with security and industry standard, PCI DSS, HPIA, GDPR, data protection, and so on. So these people concerned about the paperwork that make sure that risk in the company is mitigated or managed effectively. Now comes another exciting part: incident response and digital forensics. Now, when security breaches occur, and when there's problem around an office, or when there's a financial crime, there's a computer crime of any sort, there are some special people around the world of cybersecurity that takes care of these kind of challenges. So you have the incident response team that involves preparing, detecting, responding to security threats around this. Now, digital forensics has more to do with another specialized area, which is investigating an incident to determine what happened, how it happened, and who is responsible, especially for legal purposes. I got involved in a case once, and it made me feel like I had a superpower doing that investigation, but using the cybersecurity skills typically I have. And if this is a field you're really interested in, there are special areas in cybersecurity that handle this. And you also have the Digital Forensic Institute in Nigeria that handles special things around forensic investigation. So this is a field you might also find interesting, just like you see it in movies, and would want to delve into. Last but not the least, let's look at operational security. So these are the guys that are in charge of operations when it comes to cybersecurity. They sit in front of a system with multiple monitors, and they are monitoring everything that is happening across logs, traffic, networks, routers, apps, all of it. So they usually need multiple screens to be able to do this. And these cybersecurity professionals, they can trace things before they happen. They can observe abnormal patterns. They are very good at SIEM tools. They're very good at XDRE, DRM, DROs, and they are super excited to sit in front of these systems and monitor everything happening at the same time. Those are like the interesting parts of the blue team. That's defensive security. So these are areas in cybersecurity that you can specialize in. Tell me what you think in the comment below, and let's share thoughts around which area interests you the most. I is ethical hacking. Let me know what interests you the most, and let me have more insights with you. Cheers. See you later.